Why do Jews succeed so well? The question is embarrassing, since it is typically posed by either right-wing Jewish chauvinists or anti-Semites. Fine, it deserves a response even more so. Jews made it big after spending a millennium on the periphery of Christian and Muslim communities, and here I am using the most technical, exact locution possible. Welcome to Good Lucks, a channel dedicated to inspiring you to expand your mindset, make general life breakthroughs, and realize your full potential to see what life has to offer. This video aims to clarify some of the causes behind the Jewish success and accomplishments. The prevalent trend in the current society is successful. A successful person typically has a high level of financial security. In addition, successful people frequently hold the highest positions in a wide range of professions, including science, medicine, the arts, and numerous branches of commerce. They observed an intriguing fact: Jews commonly use these upper steps. It turns out that the representatives of this country are superior to persons of other ethnicities in all they accomplish. The competitors were troubled by this truth, and they made attempts to restrict the rivals' freedom of action through formal procedures or clumsy programs. Why then are Jews actually more prosperous or accomplished? Is it a mentality issue? No more delay, let's find out. Immigration with preference. Actually, Indians are the race with the highest wealth in the United States. Additionally, Filipinos are highly regarded. Nobody questions the cause. It is evident that our best and brightest and frequently richest immigrants are from the Philippines and India. What about Jews then? Most Jewish immigrated to America to flee oppressive governments in Europe. It makes sense that Jews who are more prosperous and more successful would have a better chance of surviving. Therefore, American Jews are not a representative sample of all Jews. They will have a bias toward the intelligent, wealthy, and risk-tolerant. Be aware that model minorities all throughout the world, from the Lebanese to Latin America to the Chinese in Southeast Asia, share this trait. Urbanization. Jews were infamously concentrated in large cities in Europe. They probably weren't permitted to own a lot of lands, which played a factor in this. But regardless of the cause, the pattern continued once Jews immigrated to America. Although there are a few Jewish hillbillies around, Jews are primarily concentrated in major cities like New York and Los Angeles. People in cities typically earn more money and are more productive than people outside of cities, which is a well-known fact. There is evidence that simply transferring individuals to cities offers them an instant productivity increase, even if the causality can easily flow both ways. As a result of their propensity to live in cities, Jews' prosperity is statistically likely to be overstated. The one-drop policy. According to Jewish tradition, if your mother was Jewish or if you convert to the faith, you are a Jew. However, in the present era, that term is frequently extended to encompass individuals with the last names that seem Jewish. Those who were born to a Jewish father and a non-Jewish mother, etc. That has a range of potential statistical distortions. First off, it's possible to selectively apply the one-drop rule to successful individuals rather than failing ones. For instance, have a look at the footnotes in the list of Jewish Nobel Prize winners, or listen to Adam Sandler's song, Harrison Ford's A Part Jew, Not Too Shabby, for another option. When we see a successful person, we may ascribe her achievement to her Jewish father, but when we see a failed person, we may completely dismiss her Jewish ancestry. This is known as confirmation bias or attribution error. Short-term group impacts. Jewish success only rarely became apparent around 1800. Perhaps not coincidentally, when Jews started migrating to big cities in Europe. There are noticeably few Jews among the well-known authors, mathematicians, scientists, and intellectuals of pre-1800 Europe. Who is to say that Jewish success is not a passing fad? Jewish success in America appears to follow a trend of overachievement among recent high-skilled immigrant groups, with Indians and Filipinos serving as other instances. Jewish success has already been the subject of much discussion. The occurrence of something like this is not unprecedented. The Scottish Golden Age is a term that has been used for the 1700s and 1800s. At that time, Scottish people were massively overrepresented in science, universities, businesses, industry, politics, and even the highest echelons of the armed forces in Britain and the former British colonies. Anecdotally, in the 1800s, Scots were regarded as superior to Jews. Scottish overachievement is not really a major topic today though. I imagine Scots would still stand out somewhat on average if anyone was able to track ancestries thoroughly, given the extremely low Jewish reproduction rates, which are undoubtedly lower among the wealthy and educated, and the tendency toward outmarriage among non-Orthodox Jews. I can easily see the same thing happening to the Jewish communities. The Jewish upper crust will just melt away from the Jewish group identity. Temporary country consequences. Jews had the good fortune to be concentrated in Europe at a time when Europe was at its pinnacle of achievement, and to immigrate to America just as the American century was beginning. That obviously does not account for Jewish superiority performance within those nations, but it does account for a significant portion of Jewish superior performance in terms of global metrics, such as scientific success. Now, I'm not suggesting that these explanations account for all Jewish success. Simply put, I'm suggesting that some, but not all, of these factors will tend to bias upward any statistical measurements of Jewish accomplishment, and the original notion of Jewish specialness seems slightly less intriguing as a result of all those factors. Furthermore, I believe that the fact that Jews are a religious minority and that religious minorities have the propensity to outperform will likely play a significant role in any remaining Jewish overachievement. Consider the Jains and the Sikhs in India. Even consider the Christians in Korea and Taiwan. Religious minorities frequently appear to prosper. The divine plan for achievement. The Torah offers guidance in every area, including discussions, optimistic thinking, willpower, how to handle failure, and response to fear. Therefore, it should come as no surprise that Jews who have studied the Torah, the greatest book of knowledge ever composed, are disproportionately successful in every field of endeavor. And even people who do not actively study the Torah can nonetheless get insight from it through the attitudes and lessons that Jewish communities and parents instill in and pass down to their children, usually without realizing that these teachings come from the Torah. It's past time we acknowledged the source of wisdom and passed it on to others if there is such a thing as divine blueprint for success, and if it has assisted Jews in becoming successful. Knowledge, diligence, and encouragement from other beliefs all play a major role in their success. The ability to quickly adapt to a change in the situation is made possible by knowledge, which also serves as its foundation. You can execute the tasks you've been given with diligence and the fewest resources feasible, human, temporary, or material. The Jewish people would have vanished long ago, leaving no trace in other nations, just as the 10 tribes of Israel once did, if there had been no support for one another. Do you dispute this assertion? Do you have any more recommendations? Post any more queries or remarks in the comments section. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, so that others may view it and be inspired. To make sure you don't miss any new videos about personal development, enable the notification bell as well. We'll appear in more videos soon. See you then.